Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of knowing synastry. I wanted to talk about this topic because we are in the age of Aquarius. Some people say we're not, some people say we are, but the truth of the matter is there's a lot of Aquarius energy going on. So Aquarius energy is about connection. It's about authentically connecting with people and knowing your tribe and just knowing who you are in your tribe and what you bring to the table, what kind of energy you bring to the table. I've always been the kind of person that really values authentic connection that is in resonance and alignment with who I truly am. And that's why I want to stress to you guys the importance of understanding synastry. So let's start with what synastry is. Synastry is basically when you take two charts and you combine them and you see how your energies are meshing with each other. The synastry chart shows where your planets fall in their house and then vice versa, where their planets fall in your houses, or how your planets are aspecting each other's planets. You could have a synastry reading with anybody. It could be with family members, business partners, close friends. Typically, people do synastry charts between two lovers to see if you and another person make a good romantic match. Synastry is for relationships of all kinds. Why I feel it's important to know this is because it helps you be aware of your energy and the role that you play in life in general. For example, if somebody has a lot of cardinal energy, so what's cardinal energy? Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Aries. So if somebody has a lot of cardinal energy, such as those signs, that would mean like their role in this life is to be a leader, and whoever they attract in their life or whoever's lives that they come into, they're there to bring some sort of leadership, some sort of structure, and some sort of like guidance, or you know somebody that has like a very authoritative presence to them. They'll bring some sort of authority or structure into their life, and also to help these people, to help push these people in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, because cardinal energy is initiative energy. These are the energies that start things. They're starters. They're there to help motivate people and push people to be starters themselves. If somebody has a lot of Aquarius energy, or maybe even a lot of Scorpio energy, this person plays the role in life to transform and change things. So wherever they go, or whoever comes into their life, they change their life. They bring a lot of changes in their life. They attract a lot of people in their life that struggle with change and being stubborn and being stuck in a rut. And these people bring a lot of excitement, chaos, and transformation into their life. So that is what synastry does. It helps you understand the kind of energy that you have in general and the role that you play in life in general. Another reason why I feel understanding synastry between you and another person is important is because you won't take interactions so personal, especially the unpleasant ones. And I say this because I feel like people really take people too serious. Like, they take them way too serious, especially when you're met with somebody that is different than you. And that is something that I am really tired of in this society, is that the minute you experience some sort of like opposition with somebody, or there's like a clash, it's always taken like this person that's clashing with you or opposing you, it's taken in a bad way, like this person is a bad person, and then it's like it ends up being like a personal matter, which it doesn't have to be. It's like, I wish people would see, like, when somebody's energy is clashing with yours or it's opposing yours, You don't have to look at that person like they're a bad person. They're not a bad person, not unless they're literally doing bad things to you. But if they're just being themselves, their energy isn't vibing with your energy, you know, that isn't a reason to mistreat them or make them feel like they're a piece of shit person. Like, no, they're just different from you. They just have foreign energy that you're not used to, and I just think people who oppose or square you, they're challenging you. They're challenging you to evolve, they're challenging you to see life differently. They're trying to open you up to something different, something that your energy is not used to. And don't get me wrong, like, I understand, like, when somebody's energy is clashing and opposing you, it's very frustrating because oppositions and squares do create frustrations and like battles. Go where the energy resonates with you. Obviously, if you're met with somebody that is squaring you or opposing you, obviously stay away from that person. But don't take that interaction like, or don't take that person like they're a bad person and then you go slandering their name and making all this gossip, talking about how they're a bad person, they're this, that, and the third. Because truth of the matter is, like, we all mix and mingle differently. So while you may have had a bad experience with that person because their energy was clashing and opposing with yours, another person will have a positive experience where they really open their energy up to a lot of expansion and excitement. So, everybody interacts differently and everybody's experience with each other is different. Understanding your synastry between you and other people, it helps you have more compassion for people. I feel like, there's some people with really hard placements, okay? Like, specifically me, I'll use me as an example. I have Saturn in the first house, and a lot of people don't know astrology and they don't understand what having Saturn in the first house is. So when they see me, they just think like, damn, like, this girl is serious and she just has a problem type shit. But people who know astrology, especially astrology in depth, they understand Saturn in the first house people, it's not that personal. Like they're literally having a restrictive malefic planet right on top of their ascendant. That's tough, especially with Saturn and Saturn's lessons. It's tough. There's a lot, that person deals with when they have Saturn sitting on their first house, And if you haven't seen my Saturn in the first house video, I made this like a couple months ago. I'll link it down below in the description if you haven't already watched it. But yeah, so, some people have really hard placements and, it could affect a lot of different areas in their life, especially when it comes to more of like the social houses, like the first house or the fifth house or maybe the 11th house of like friends. And, if you have really hard aspects or malefics, could just make socializing very hard. This is just an example. If you have any malefics in these houses, like, or just really bad aspects, bad. I don't really see aspects as like good or bad or any placement as good or bad, but just really hard aspects to these houses could make you come across a certain way in social situations that you really don't try to. It's like this person is working through these things. We all have things in our chart that we're all working through. And I feel like when people understand synastry, how people's energies are bouncing off other people's energies and how we're interacting, we could have more compassion for each other. Because if somebody knows, how your energy is bouncing off of theirs and kind of like what you're coming in their life to do and kind of just the energy that you have in general, there'll be more of an understanding there, as opposed to somebody who just isn't aware of how energy works, especially when you're including astrology and the birth chart in it. That person is just always going to take shit the wrong way and they're going to lack compassion and understanding for people around them. They're just always going to just judge people very harshly. and, just be very mean to people. And I just don't think that's right. So I think it's very important to not only understand synastry, but definitely understand how energy works in astrology. But we're mainly talking about understanding synastry and how we're all interacting in different ways. And I think it's important to be more understanding of the people that come into your life, even if they're difficult people, because there's a reason why they're coming into your life, especially if they're like really intimate relationships that you either grew up around or you've established over time. Like, there's a reason why that person is in your life, and it's to help you learn something, not only about yourself but about that other person as well. You become more detached, and you understand energy is just energy, and it is what it is. You learn how to see things from a broad perspective. You're more objective in these situations, and you start approaching situations like, okay, why is this person coming into my life? What are they here to teach me? What are they here to show me about myself? So I could evolve. Another reason why I feel that understanding synastry is important is because a lot of people tend to waste a lot of energy on unnecessary interactions and experiences with people that could have been avoided if you've seen the red flags in the synastry reading between you and that person. If that person is bringing a lot of Pluto or a lot of Saturn or a lot of Mars, and it's a lot of squares, and it's in houses that are really challenging for you, especially if you have malefics in a certain house and they're challenging those malefics, it's just off the chain. So I just feel like some situations can be avoided. And I know the more experience that you have, the more knowledgeable you are in life, but sometimes certain things are just unnecessary to deal with. And if you get a synastry reading, you can see the red flags between you and another person, or if you have any red flags between you and another person. Synastry is for any kind of interaction. Synastry is to understand how people are interacting with you and how you're interacting with them, and what is that creating, and what kind of experience are you having, and vice versa, what kind of experience is that person having, and why are they coming into your life, and what are they activating in your life. Sometimes people come into your life to expand your life. That's what they're activating. Maybe they're activating like a house that can bring you a lot of recognition, like your 10th house or your first house. They could be activating your Jupiter, for all you know, activating your Venus, bringing you a lot of abundance. They could be bringing a lot of growth into your life, a lot of positive growth, bringing a lot of excitement into your life, and, really energizing places that were very stagnated and that needed change. These people can come into your life, or vice versa. You could come into their life to give them more of what they're missing. They could give you more of what you're missing, and you could help each other heal. You could attract those kind of people. And, synastry can show that. Synastry can also show when somebody is blocking you. And sometimes people are blocking you in a negative way, or sometimes people are blocking you to challenge your will and to strengthen you in a certain area before you move forward. They help strengthen a certain part of your energetic being that was weakened, or, that just needs more oomph, a little bit more fight in it, or a little bit just more muscle, to really just build you up in that part of your energetic body. Sometimes when somebody comes into your life and they appear like they're blocking you, or there's just a lot of opposition there, they're there to show you what you're missing or what you're lacking in life. Maybe you're lacking courage, and this person puts you in situations where they're challenging you to speak up for yourself or stand up for yourself. Maybe you're lacking motivation, and this person kind of pushes you, and it could feel very frustrating, but when you look at it in hindsight, you'll realize, like, man, this person really pushed me to do a lot in my life that I wasn't doing and that I needed to do. It can help you be more aware of what you really desire for yourself, to help you recognize what you need to transform and let go of to grow. Some people come into your life to transform certain belief systems that you have. So you could grow into new belief systems that are more productive and that help you mature. It can make you aware of your blockages in your energetic body. And a lot of the times, these people that appear as blockages are your blockages in disguise. You know, they are the manifested form of whatever is blocking you, you know, because I always believe that people are your mirrors and they're only just showing you the energy that you're putting out. So if you're putting out energy that's very stagnated, very blocked, you know, people are going to come into your life and represent these same blockages and stagnated energy that you're putting out. So you could change these things. That is all I have for you guys today on this video on understanding the importance of synastry. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. Leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.